With medical innovation constantly evolving, every school year, administrators are faced with the issue of parents and guardians opting out of vaccinating their children.
No shots, no school. A deeper look into what is your right versus what is right. Beginning with Edward Jenner's creation of the world's first vaccine for smallpox in the 1790s, doctors have roundly agreed and supported the mandatory vaccination of all children from certain infectious diseases.
Recently, groups such as Think Twice Global Vaccine Institute have argued against the scientific community. They, along with parents, believe the vaccinations and their chemical makeup are more harmful than the exposure to diseases such as measles, mumps, rubella, polio, and others.
You will be tasked with balancing both the demands of school policy and parents. An essential part of your duties as a principal is ensuring the safety and well-being of the students and staff in your building. Tonight we're going to discuss, as an administrator, legally, what are your options.
Let's travel back in time to the first case that set the precedent for the laws that govern our country. We will start in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1902. In the Northeast, there was a steady increase in European immigrants.
Henning Jacobson, a Cambridge resident, refused the smallpox vaccination in 1902. As a child in Sweden, he received the vaccination shot that made him ill. He felt that he was protected by the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution, which allows citizens to have the freedom of life, liberty, and property, and equal protection under the law.
Our next stop is San Antonio, Texas. Here we will examine our next precedent case that occurred in 1922, Zoot versus King. Rosalind Zoot was a student that refused the smallpox vaccination. Consequently, she was unable to produce an immunization record. She was removed from her public school and denied entry into a private school. Her family sued, and this was the second U.S. Supreme Court case to deal with the issue of immunization. The court case granted that states can grant cities broad authority to decide when to impose health regulations.
We now leap forward to 2005 to the Second Circuit Courts of West Virginia and discuss the case Workman versus Mingo County Board of Education. Patricia Workman is a mother of two and a religious woman. She vaccinated her then 13-year-old child when she was a youngster. Soon after, she developed pervasive developmental disorder, severe sleep disorders, and behavior problems that resulted in her being homeschooled. Patricia decided against vaccinating her 6-year-old.
Patricia received a permanent medical exemption form from a child psychiatrist, Dr. McCullum. McCullum recommended against vaccinating the 6-year-old due to the 13-year-old's conditions. The school nurse challenged the medical exemption certificate, and the head of the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources recommended denying the certificate. Her 6-year-old attended a Head Start program which accepted the certificate, but the child needed to be homeschooled and couldn't attend public elementary school.